What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. WWE Monday Night Raw review for last night's show, 3/24, 2014, live from Brooklyn, New York, right here in JD's hometown of New York City. A lot of questions last night. JD, did you attend Monday Night Raw last night from Brooklyn? No, I did not, and I'm glad. I saved my money when the decision came down to either going with my friends or staying at home and watching it on TV. Last night was a fucking lackluster show. I use that word a lot, lackluster. Last night's show was awful, guys. If you're trying to convince yourself that Monday Night Raw was good last night, if you're going to try and convince Monday Night Raw was good to your friends at school today, or if you're going to listen to somebody else on YouTube saying Monday Night Raw was good last night, please save yourself the fucking trouble. Save your ears. Save your breath. Monday Night Raw was awful last night. I expected so much out of the show, being that it was in New York City. And like I said, I'm glad I saved my money in not attending this show. Now, the few things I need to talk about here, I'm going to talk about right off the bat. The one thing I'm fucking pissed about, okay? I'm not going to go in depth like I did last week because there was so much filler on this show that I'm really not going to sit here for 30 minutes and just bore you guys to fucking tears. Okay? I'm going to be completely honest with you like I always am every week. And before you get into that, or before I get into that, I should say, Mojo Jojo, who made the new thumbnail you're seeing right now that I'm using this week. Thank you very much, bro. I greatly appreciate it. I did get your email. I am using it this week. So if you guys want to go visit Mojo Jojo, his Twitter is down below. His YouTube is down below. He's also another one of my guys who I just recently met through Mr. Soldier, who makes thumbnails and artwork for YouTube. If you guys are into that, please give him a shout out or, contact him if you guys need something like that done. Great guy. Thank you again, bro. I greatly appreciate it. So let's get into this, guys. Number one, right off the bat, I'm fucking pissed. And if you recall, if you guys listen to me on a weekly basis, I sit down here and I give you my views on everything. Undertaker, Brock Lesnar, WrestleMania 30. This match has been brewing for about 4 years now. We finally have it in front of us. It's finally going to be happening in 2 weeks at WrestleMania. What has WWE done to make you, the viewer, believe that Brock Lesnar has a legitimate shot at breaking the streak? I'll wait for your fucking answer. They've done nothing. They've done nothing for Brock Lesnar at all. I'm so fucking pissed. I can't even collect a fucking thought right now. This angle is absolutely one of the worst going into WrestleMania. Not for the sake that it's The Undertaker and Brock Lesnar. Listen, this match is going to be great. Whatever they do right now, leading into WrestleMania, yes, it's going to only enhance the match. But what WWE decided to do right now is make The Undertaker look like the badass, the strong one, and Brock Lesnar look like the weakest link. Brock Lesnar has not laid a fucking finger on The Undertaker. Why is that? Why is that? You're paying this man $5 million for his fucking, his talent and his skill at WrestleMania? Meanwhile, you're making him look like shit with everyone he gets into the ring against. Everyone. The Undertaker right now, I'm telling you right now, needed to be laid out last night on Monday Night. He needed to be laid out, whether it be an F5, whether it be a fucking casket over his fucking skull, whether it's being him thrown through the announce table last night. I don't understand why they're making Brock Lesnar look so weak. The one thing I wanted leading into WrestleMania, and I said this, I want to believe Brock Lesnar has a legitimate chance of breaking the streak, even though we know he's not. That has not happened. I don't know about the casual viewer, the fucking sissy viewer who watches this show, maybe every other week, every other 2 weeks. I don't know who's excited about this match. But you, me, and the rest of us who have a fucking idea of what's going on actually with the program, how do we sit down and believe this is okay? Paul Heyman is doing the best thing he could do right now. He's doing all he can to make this believable, Heyman is from Brooklyn. Or not from Brooklyn. I believe he's from Yonkers, but he's from New York regardless. But Lesnar is back in the WWE to fight The Undertaker in one of the biggest matches of the year, and you're making him look like shit. Now, next week, you got, hopefully, Undertaker and Lesnar are going to be on the show because it's 1 week away from WrestleMania. Undertaker needs to be laid out somewhere. He needs to be laid out with an F5. He needs to be laid out with multiple F5s. Lesnar needs to fucking drip blood next week. He needs to have the fucking blood dripping from the fangs. He needs to look like a fucking beast. Sleep, eat, conquer, defeat the Shriek was on his shirt last night. How could we believe that the Undertaker is going to lose this match? How do we believe that Brock Lesnar is going to defeat the Shriek? He shouldn't even be wearing that shirt. His shirt should read, eat, sleep, and look like a fucking loser. I don't understand what they're doing with Brock Lesnar. That pisses me off. The one storyline that is the easiest to book, the WWE has fucked up. I don't believe it. Not excited for the fucking storyline at all. The match is going to be great. We're all going to be anticipating the match. 15, 20-minute match is going to be fucking chaos. But the way we got there, absolutely unexciting. It doesn't gain any interest from anyone at all. It may gain the interest of a fucking moron sitting in the crowd, but for guys like you and me, nobody cares. We know the Undertaker's going to win, and we know the Undertaker's going to fight Sting next year at WrestleMania. That's the way they should be going. You know, I want to believe one of these years, you know, that the Undertaker's going to lose, even though we know he's not. And the one man that's going to do that, unfortunately, is John Cena. So when we get there, that's going to be the only time, the final time, that we believe the Undertaker may lose a match at WrestleMania. It's not going to be against Lesnar. It's not going to be against Sting. It's not going to be against Bryan. You know, Shawn Michaels was the last one to give you that feeling. And he failed in one of the greatest matches ever at WrestleMania 25. That feeling has never been recreated since then. We know he was going to win at WrestleMania 26. Triple H gave you that feeling at WrestleMania 28 in that Hell in a Cell because HBK was the special referee. We knew the Undertaker was going to beat CM Punk last year, even though I thought Punk should have had the streak. I'm glad he didn't now with everything that happened with CM Punk. But Lesnar right now looking like the weakest out of every one of the Undertaker's last 5 matches. Not good, man. Not good, and Lesnar deserves better going against the Undertaker. The next thing I want to talk about is this John Cena Bray Wyatt thing before I get into the Triple H Daniel Bryan scenario. I don't know what they're doing with John Cena, but it's really fucking pissing me off. John Cena is scared of Bray Wyatt. Why? Why is John Cena afraid of Bray Wyatt? Why is John Cena seeing the sheep mask in mirrors behind him? Why is John Cena all paranoid about Bray Wyatt and the rest of the Wyatt family? Why? I don't understand it. To me, if you're going to make John Cena look weak, what does that mean for his match at WrestleMania? John Cena has been made to look weak in the past couple of weeks. And after last night, with his match with Luke Harper, which was great, by the way. You know, crowd was chanting, "Let's go Harper," which was fantastic. I love Brooklyn crowds, man. New York, Chicago, Philadelphia, greatest wrestling crowds in the United States. Now, last night's match with Luke Harper, great. The end of the match, Cena come back with an STF. He glared at Bray Wyatt. Harper reached up and gouged Cena's eyes to break the hold. Harper put Cena on the top rope and then knocked him off. Harper positioned Cena on the ropes again and went for a superplex, but Cena powered out and knocked him off the second rope with a few punches. Cena followed up with his big leg drop off the top rope, went to go pin Harper for a 2 count. Later, Cena went for the attitude adjustment, but Harper avoided it and slammed Cena face first into the mat. Great fucking spot. Made Cena look like a fucking rag doll, and he went for the cover, kicked out as usual. Harper then was going for his big clothesline. Cena reversed that into a clothesline of his own. They were saying it might have broke Harper's nose. Harper don't have a broken nose. Cena hoisted Harper up for the attitude adjustment, and then all of a sudden the lights go out. This was fucking awesome. Lights go out. Cena was tied up in the ropes when the lights come back on. He's wearing Rowan's sheep mask. Rowan and Harper standing, kneeling next to him, and Bray Wyatt, you see in the background, in the distance, squatting behind Cena on the ring apron as he's tied up in the ropes, just fucking doing a crucifix pose. Bray Wyatt needs to win at WrestleMania. Bray Wyatt needs to win at WrestleMania simply because Bray Wyatt is a winner. Bray Wyatt is the future. Bray Wyatt is a future WWE champion. He's got the best character in WWE right now. He's got the most believable character in WWE right now. Everything he's done has been sheer brilliance. Everything. John Cena has made you fucking laugh at him for cheesy jokes. That's all he's done in this fucking feud. Nothing. Fucking posed with Hulk Hogan. He's done nothing. He's done nothing to make you believe he deserves to beat Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania. You know, but the one thing I fear of right now is John Cena is looking weak. John Cena is looking scared, according to storyline in WWE right now. What does that mean? It means to me that we've seen it before. Cena has looked weak, and then come the pay-per-view, the big match, Cena goes over and gets the win. That can't happen here. That doesn't need to happen. Bray Wyatt needs to beat John Cena at WrestleMania. I don't give a fuck how he defeats him at WrestleMania. I don't give a fuck if it's by count-out, by disqualification, whatever. Bray Wyatt needs to win. Bray Wyatt needs to look strong at WrestleMania. This is the future. John Cena can overcome anything. A loss for John Cena means nothing, because he's going to come back and look stronger than he's ever has, as always. Bray Wyatt has one shot. This is his first WrestleMania. He needs to look like a fucking king going into WrestleMania. Plain and simple. I don't want to hear nothing else from anybody. I know you agree with me, those listening to me. But this whole John Cena looking scared thing, fucking cheesy. John Cena should just be John Cena like he was with the fucking Rock the first time. Go out there and be all serious, mean business. Be fucking rough and tough and just look at Bray Wyatt in the fucking face and say, you know what, you're full of shit. You know, go back and fucking garner that old Cena. Bring out that old Cena. I don't want to see Cena posing with Hogan. I don't want to see Cena fucking throwing cheesy jokes and splashing water on his face and being all paranoid that fucking Luke Harper's behind him, that Bray Wyatt's behind him, that Eric Rowan's behind him. Come on, man. That's not believable to me. When I watch these things, I want to fucking, suspend belief, man. I want real-time fucking shit to happen. Make it believable. Why is John Cena afraid of Bray Wyatt? Are you kidding me? John Cena wasn't even afraid of Brock Lesnar when he fucking fought him at Extreme Rules. You're gonna make him afraid of fucking Bray Wyatt? At WrestleMania? Come on, man. John Cena goes into fucking Brock Lesnar's match at Extreme Rules a couple of years back and beats Brock Lesnar at Extreme Rules. He looked like a fucking king after that match. He went into that, he went toe-to-toe with Brock Lesnar. He wasn't afraid of... If there's one man in the WWE you gotta legitimately be afraid of, it's Brock Lesnar. You're gonna be afraid and paranoid of fucking Luke Harper and Eric Rowan? That doesn't spell believable to me, guys. It doesn't spell believable to me. It spells fucking cheesy. It spells WWE is lazy. It spells WWE is pandering to the fucking kid audience that they got sitting at ringside. That's what they're doing. Either way, Bray Wyatt needs to beat John Cena at WrestleMania. I don't want to hear anything else from anybody else. John Cena needs to fucking have his shoulders on the mat at WrestleMania counted 1, 2, 3. If anything besides that happens, there's no hope. There really is. And then you're gonna sacrifice Bray Wyatt now after building him up so fucking strong and making him look brilliant and everything he's done? You're gonna give him a loss at WrestleMania? No, they'll just compensate with a loss to John Cena at WrestleMania, but don't worry, he'll come back at Extreme Rules in a rematch, in like a strap match or a fucking no DQ match, and beat John Cena there. Meanwhile, it's under no DQ rules, so he'll have the help from the rest of the Wyatt family and beat John Cena 3-on-1. Meanwhile, Bray Wyatt, like I said already 16 times in this fucking commentary, Bray Wyatt needs to beat John Cena 1-on-1. He needs to beat John Cena like he did Daniel Bryan at the Royal Rumble. That's it. That's all I will say about that. I'm done with that. Tired of this fucking cheesy, unbelievable bullshit, man. It really needs to look believable. What WWE has done last night, especially on Monday Night Raw, awful fucking show. They have done nothing but absolutely be lazy and uninspired during WrestleMania 30. It seems like nobody in WWE working behind the scenes is excited for WrestleMania 30. Nobody. You can tell by the way it's coming off on TV. And if I sound frustrated, I am. I am. As a fan, I'm frustrated. This is not what I really hoped for going into WrestleMania 30. It's just all lazy booking. I could book WrestleMania 30 in my fucking sleep. I don't understand why it's so hard for these guys to fucking book WrestleMania 30. Then you had, the rest of the show was throwaway. You got Big Show versus Titus O'Neil. Nobody fucking cares. You got Cody Rhodes versus Fandango. Nobody fucking cares. What else did you have? You had Ryback versus Los Matadores. Nobody fucking cares. And then WWE makes the bright decision to throw Ryback and Curtis Axel in a tag team championship match at WrestleMania 30 as they bypass a shot at the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Who is booking this fucking pay-per-view? Ryback and Curtis Axel deserve a title match against the Usos? Really? All I know, before I get into another rant, that better be a fucking pre-show match. There's no way WWE believes that Ryback and Curtis Axel versus the Usos is a WrestleMania 30 fucking card. None. Can't be. If you want a tag team championship match at WrestleMania on the main card, it should have been with Goldust and Cody Rhodes, or the fucking All-Americans, or the Real Americans, someone besides Ryback and Curtis Axel. All I know for a fact, that better be a fucking pre-show match. That better be a pre-show match. Schwarzenegger and Manganiello were on the fucking show, hype and sabotage. Nobody fucking cares. Hogan was out there posing with Schwarzenegger. Miz came out. Nobody wants to see the Miz on TV. Obviously, we knew the Miz was going to be fed to these guys, and that's exactly what happened. He was embarrassed by 3 guys, thrown over the top rope by Hogan. Done deal. They did what they needed to do. They promoted Schwarzenegger's new movie. Okay? And then, the biggest bullshit of the night, Sin Cara with Scooby fucking Doo comes out to the ring. Some fucking retard clown dressed in a big Scooby-Doo outfit versus Damien Sandow. What happened? What happened here? Damien Sandow loses in a minute. Damien Sandow, yes, you listened to me correctly. Damien Sandow lost in 1 minute to Sin Cara. 1 minute. What did Damien Sandow do to piss someone off? They're really treating Damien Sandow in such a way that he lost to a fucking nobody jobber like Sin Cara with Scooby-Doo standing at ringside? I'm not even going to get into it because, again, it'll be another fucking 10-minute rant, and I want to keep this video under 20 minutes. Terrible. Absolutely fucking terrible. Not what I want to see leading into WrestleMania. And finally, before I get into it, actually, what else do I got? I got Christian, Ziggler, Del Rio, and Sheamus in a Fatal 4-Way match, which was a great match. Christian won, gets a number 1 contender spot for the IC title on main event tonight. Going to be fighting Big E. Christian's dick-like heel character works. I want to see him remain that way. Del Rio, he looked good in the match. Sheamus looked good in the match. I thought Ziggler was actually going to win. They gave it to the wrong man. I thought Ziggler was going to win it because the New York City crowd was hot for Ziggler. I've never seen a crowd in recent memory like that for Dolph Ziggler. They gave it to the wrong man. Ziggler should have been the one to go up against Big E, but they gave it to Christian. I like Christian's dick-like character. Big E went for a handshake in the ring after Christian was declared the winner. He was left hanging there. Christian did not shake his hand, walked away and laughed. Great fucking job by Christian. I would prefer Christian to be IC champion, to be quite honest with you. That would be a great feud. Sheamus and Christian for the IC belt. That would be a great feud, man. They've been having some decent matches. Listen, they've been having some decent matches, but it gets repetitive when it's on every fucking show every week. Nobody wants to see it 4 weeks in a row. Spread it out, But Big E, he's really not doing anything with that IC title. Give it to Christian. Christian seems to be coming back again. He seems to be getting back into it with this heel character. I like this heel Christian. That dick-like heel Christian that we seen back in TNA, Christian Cage. That's what he needs to do. Well, that was a great match. And then the other great match was the Shield versus the All-Americans. Oh, not the All-Americans. I don't know what the fuck I'm thinking. All-Americans. The Real Americans. Cesaro and Swagger. Shield versus Kane and the Middle Age Outlaws. I know you guys like to call them the Middle Age Outlaws. The New Age Outlaws at WrestleMania. Again, I'll talk about this in Behind the Mic. I'm going to do a preview and predictions. I don't like all these multi-man matches at WrestleMania, man. I really don't. And then they added the Divas Battle, not a Divas Battle Royal, the Vicky Guerrero Invitational Battle Royal last night, where AJ is most certainly going to lose her fucking title to one of the Total Divas. No question. Seems like all those reports about AJ being fucked by WWE Creative because she's dating CM Punk seem to be true. So expect AJ to lose that fucking title. There's no question she ain't walking out of WrestleMania with that title. No way. No way. You got Eva Marie on WrestleMania in a fucking Vicky Guerrero Invitational Battle Royal. You got Rosa Mendez. Why don't you make fucking matches one-on-one, man? This is what I want to see as a wrestling fan. I don't give a fuck about seeing 30 men in a ring in a battle royal. I don't want to see fucking 12 divas who absolutely have no fucking talent in the ring all together at the same time. What is with all these multi-man matches? Give me AJ, give me Natalya. Give me the 2 best divas on the fucking roster. Put them on a fucking pay-per-view card and let them go for 15 minutes. What is the problem? Again, I'm going to rant. I don't want to rant. I'll save my ranting for Behind the Mic. Finally, Daniel Bryan wasn't on Monday Night Raw. Daniel Bryan took the week off, playing up the storylines that Triple H beat the shit out of him last week. You got Triple H pretty much interviewed by Michael Cole. A lot of people are saying, oh, what Triple H did last week was uncalled for, this and that, playing up the storylines. And then Triple H has been playing a dick-like heel character. Triple H is one of the best in the business. He's a fucking legend, okay? I may not fully like Triple H as a fucking in-ring competitor, but you gotta respect him. He was never one of my favorites. I always respected Triple H, but he was never one of my favorites. I always enjoyed his work, but he was never one of my favorites. But his work during this Daniel Bryan angle legitimately has me excited. This is the excitement I want to feel for an angle, I don't know what they're doing with the Undertaker Lesnar, but they failed at it, and they're failing miserably at it. Triple H is playing one hell of a fucking role in this angle. That stipulation thrown in last week, where he's going to be in the triple threat match if he beats Daniel Bryan, great. It just plants the seeds of a possibility of us not getting what we want, and that's what I want. That unpredictability. Now, going into this match, it was somewhat predictable, but in a good way, because we all know Daniel Bryan's going to win. But having Triple H make that little stipulation kind of throws that wrench into the gears a little bit. It makes you think, is Triple H really going to be in the title match? It's more for the casual viewer, that fucking retard sitting in the front row who doesn't watch on a weekly basis, But Triple H, legitimately, is doing a great job here. His storyline, his work, his fucking mic work, everything. The way he's carried himself has been fantastic. Stephanie McMahon also doing a great job. She's playing the character that you gotta love to hate, It's all about hating that fucking character. She's doing that great fucking job on everyone watching, just hating her. Because we all want to see Daniel Bryan get over. But Triple H said a lot of people are confused. They don't know the difference between the COO Triple H and the competitor Triple H. And pretty much he went on saying that, he's not going to pander to the fucking people returning to live their past glories. He's not going to be bothered by fucking people rising to the top. All I know is that he's going to win the WWE Championship, is what he said. All that he knows, I should say, is that he's going to go into WrestleMania and become the new World Heavyweight Champion, because he has the power to do so. That's exactly what, we want to believe. We want to believe that Triple H is a dick-like heel and that he's going to give himself the World Heavyweight Championship. But when we actually watch all this unfold, we see Daniel Bryan rise to the top. Now, the opening, there's one thing before I want to close this out. There was a segment with Batista, Randy Orton, and Stephanie McMahon at the beginning of the show. There was one line there that Stephanie said about Triple H, that he's the most powerful man in the WWE. Just keep that in mind. The most powerful man in the WWE. That's definitely going to come back into play when Vince returns to TV. I'm telling you right now. But finally, before I end this fucking review, Batista looks awful. Batista's mic work is fucking awful. This is the man you were going to give the WWE Championship to? Thank fucking Christ the crowd had somewhat to do with the fucking influence and the decision made on how WrestleMania is being booked right now. Because if they were going to go with Batista as the world champion, fucking Lord help me, WrestleMania would have been a disaster. The WWE would have been absolutely fucking boring to watch after WrestleMania. At least with Daniel Bryan, we got some sense of excitement. Batista looks awful in his return. His return has been downright fucking terrible. Absolutely terrible. Randy Orton's another one. His title reign is just fucking terrible. Randy Orton himself is a great wrestler. The title reign, absolutely unexciting. I don't know who would be excited about seeing these two men in the ring. It all spells it out for you. Daniel Bryan's going to be the new WWE Champion. How we get there is going to be the thing we're going to be looking for. How we get Daniel Bryan to that WWE Championship around his waist at the end of WrestleMania is going to be the one thing we're all going to be excited for. But Monday Night Raw last night, guys, was awful. Totally skippable show. I expected so much more out of last night's program. They failed. The only thing going right now is Triple H versus Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan wasn't even there. And that's the hottest thing on TV right now. No question. Cena versus Bray Wyatt. A little fucking reserved about what's going on there. Bray Wyatt needs to win. Okay? Tag Team Championship picture is fucking disgusting. You got the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, not going to live up to the hype. If it's not booked like the Royal Rumble, if they're going to have 30 men in the ring at one time, I don't care for it. I just don't care. And then you got The Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar, failing miserably right now with this fucking storyline. WWE really needs to have The Undertaker laid out with multiple F5s next week if they want to save themselves from just blowing this entire angle. Sorry I ranted, but this is what I took away from Monday Night Raw last night, plain and simple. This is what I took away. You got to understand, I watch it through, a different vision than most of you do. Some of you may agree with me, some of you may disagree with me. This is what the comment section is for down below. But I see it a lot differently. I'm more of a realist. I want believable shit happening on my TV. There's no way we can believe Brock Lesnar is going to win, or even have a chance. There's not. At least with the Triple H Daniel Bryan storyline, they're handling it a little bit better. I don't know what's going on with Brock Lesnar and Undertaker. That's the one thing that upset me most last night on Monday Night Raw. But I'm not going to rant. WWE Behind the Mic is coming next week before I go to Atlantic City for 4 days. You will be definitely hearing that before WrestleMania takes place. I'm not going to be getting back until WrestleMania Day. That's Sunday, next week. We got 1 week, one more Monday Night Raw, 2 weeks away from WrestleMania. If you guys missed Off the Script last week, which I know some of you did, YouTube's been fucking up. Link is down below. Go check that out if you missed last week's news and rumors. I got news on Sting. I got news on WrestleMania, which you've seen last night come to be. I'll talk about that more on Behind the Mic, like I said. And that's the end of the review, guys. Let me know what you think down below about the show. Let me know your thoughts on how we head into WrestleMania 2 weeks away with 1 Monday Night Raw remaining and 2 SmackDown shows remaining before WrestleMania 30. And like always, fuck those other guys. This right here is your #1 source for all your WWE needs right here on YouTube.com. I'll see you guys on Saturday with Off the Script. As always, until then, guys, take care, and I will talk to you all very soon.